Have you ever had a one-night stand? Come on, be honest. Well, if you have, did you ever imagine that person would pop up again in your life? Now, how about if they were your boss? Wait, what if they were also your new boss and you worked in the same company? In today's story, our protagonist had a one-night stand with a woman who turned out to be her new boss. How do you think that went for her? Let's find out. Hi guys. Welcome to our channel. Today's hot and sexy story is titled My Boss, a hot and sexy story written by a user. I never thought one reckless night would follow me into my professional life, but that's exactly what happened. It started at a charity gala. My best friend had dragged me along, insisting I needed to network. I was just a simple event coordinator, not exactly part of the glittering world of millionaires. But that night I met her, tall, striking, with dark red lipstick and the kind of tailored dress that screamed old money. She was magnetic. I didn't even catch her name. We exchanged banter over champagne, her laugh low and intoxicating. She leaned in close, whispering things that made my pulse race. One thing led to another, and by midnight, I found myself in her hotel suite. It was supposed to be a one-time escape. Her touch was commanding yet tender, and I let myself fall into it. For once, I didn't When I woke the next morning, she was gone. No note, no number, just lipstick smudges on the pillow. I convinced myself to forget it, because that's all it was meant to be. Or so I thought. 2 weeks later, I walked into my new job. It was the biggest career break I'd ever gotten. Assistant to the CEO of a prestigious luxury firm. I had prepared myself for a sharp, intimidating woman. What I hadn't prepared for was her. The elevator doors opened, and there she was, sitting at the head of the conference table. My mystery woman? My one-night stand? My new boss? Our eyes met, and for a split second, her mask cracked. She recognized me. Then, with a coolness I couldn't match, she continued the meeting as if nothing had happened. I wanted to sink into the floor. Working under her was torture. Every day, I was reminded of the way her lips had traced fire down my skin. Every clipped command she gave me carried an undertone I couldn't shake. She never acknowledged our night together, and I didn't dare bring it up, but the tension was unbearable. Late nights at the office meant stolen glances, her hand brushing mine as she passed a file, the way her eyes lingered too long when I laughed. One evening, after a particularly stressful project launch, she asked me to stay behind. My heart pounded as I entered her office. She poured 2 glasses of wine and handed me one without a word. "You've been doing excellent work," she said, her voice softer than I'd ever heard it. "Thank you," I managed, gripping the glass like a lifeline. Then she stepped closer. "I thought I could forget that night," she admitted, eyes locked on mine. "But every time I see you, it comes back." The air between us snapped with unspoken desire. "We can't," I whispered, though every part of me ached to close the distance. "You're my boss." Her lips curved into a knowing smile. Maybe I don't care about the rules. That was all it took. The glass slipped from my hand onto her desk as her mouth claimed mine. The kiss was just as fiery, just as consuming as that first night. But this time, it wasn't strangers in the dark. It was 2 women tangled in something far more dangerous. From then on, our secret became impossible to ignore. We stole moments in locked offices, exchanged coded messages during board meetings, and carried the weight of what could happen if anyone found out. She wasn't just my boss, she was the heir to an empire constantly in the spotlight, and I was the woman who could ruin her reputation. But with every risk, every stolen kiss, I realized I didn't want to run anymore. Because somewhere between that reckless night and the whispered confessions, I had fallen for her. And this time, it was far too late to walk away. What should I do now? This is a very intriguing situation that our protagonist has got herself into. On one hand, it's a classic enemies to lovers romance with a power dynamic that adds an extra layer of spice. However, the secret tryst between the boss and the employee makes for a recipe for disaster. Imagine if someone found out, not only would her reputation be on the line, but she could get fired. Plus, their affair could seriously mess up the company. You see, being the CEO's assistant comes with a lot of perks, but also a lot of responsibility. This woman is basically privy to all of the company's secrets, and if she were to spill them, it could cost the company millions. Add to that the fact that her boss is a hyperphilous CEO and the stakes are raised even higher. And then there's the issue of consent. While their first encounter was a drunken one-night stand, their current relationship is not. She's actively pursuing her, and their relationship has become increasingly physical. So if she's not into it, that's also a problem. If she's not into it, it's essential that she sets boundaries and communicates them clearly. Otherwise, she could be accused of taking advantage of her position. If the CEO crosses those boundaries, then it becomes a much more complicated issue. The company could be sued for creating a hostile work environment, and if she doesn't fight back, it reflects badly on her. Now, all of that is a lot to deal with, but beyond the legal and professional ramifications, this situation is also emotionally charged. The protagonist has developed real feelings for her boss, which makes the whole situation even more complicated. She's torn between her professional responsibilities and her personal feelings, not to mention her fear of exposure. The emotional toll of keeping their relationship a secret and the constant fear of being discovered can take a heavy toll on her mental health. This is a classic example of falling in love with the wrong person. But sometimes these are the kind of risks that people are willing to take because love doesn't always follow logic, does it? As the story progresses, we'll see how she deals with this situation. Will she confess her feelings to her boss? Will she keep their relationship a secret? Or will she try to end things with her? What will happen to their careers and reputations? The possibilities are endless. And it'll be interesting to see how this story unfolds. We can't wait to see what happens next. Well, that was the end of today's story. How did you feel about it? Did you like it? Comment down below. Also, do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you never miss out on any of our awesome stories. And make sure to hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.